good.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Powerplex here in St. John's, Newfoundland for the championship game of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup, the Elite Eight, brought to you by the Newfoundland Labrador Basketball Association. St. Kevin's Mavericks, the top-ranked team in the tournament, going to be tangling with the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders, number 3, knocking off number 2 yesterday in semifinal action. My name is Steve Power. I'm going to have the call of the game, and I am joined by the Swami, the Guru, Scott Knoftel of NLBT, my partner in crime all week, and we see Kirsten Yetman throw the first shot of the game up. Scott, set this one up for us. What's going to happen here today? What do you expect from these two teams?
I mean, a big win, huge win for Holy Heart yesterday over the Waterford Valley Warriors. Steve, in a shallow tournament like this, these girls have played 3-4 games in less than 3 days. So I think it's going to go down to depth of bench and fitness, and we'll see what happens here today. It's going to be a great one. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Holy Heart looking to get the first score of the game, and they indeed do so. It's Abby Stevenson, Carly Stevenson, on the board for the Highlanders. St. Kevin's, number 1 in the tournament. First time in about, I guess, 3 years, Scott, that we don't have a St. Kevin's Waterford Valley matchup. Is that correct in the championship game?
Absolutely. I mean, Waterford Valley been perennial championship game contestants for the last 3-4 years. Again, Highlanders with a big win yesterday, and we'll see if they can pull off another big one today.
Alyssa Maloney with a big 3-point shot there for St. Kevin's. And we've got to expect, who are the big guns on the Mavericks that we're looking for?
Emma Power certainly is a big gun, committed to play with the Seahawks next year, as well as number 21, Grace Bennett. But again, this Mavericks team has been around as well, Steve. No stranger to championship games. Pretty deep team themselves, and it's going to be a great one.
Early going. 3-pointer to a 2-pointer right now. Holy Heart with a little bit of a press. St. Kevin's very easily break that trap. Ball moved to the outside. Kristen Goss kicks it out to the key. Going to be driven into the paint there by number 21, Grace Bennett. Bennett goes up, can't get it to drop though. Here comes Emma Power right down Main Street, and she will find the basket for the layup.
Highlanders looking pretty energetic. They're playing a 2-3 zone. Everyone's got their hands up, challenging. St. Kevin's looking pretty energetic as well. They're in a 1-3-1 zone here.
Aaron Long puts the ball to the floor, puts it out for Kirsten Yetman. Yetman sets, pops, shoots, can't get nothing there. Rebound grab, though, by Abby Sparrow. And Sparrow was a big, big player in yesterday's semifinal win, coming off the bench, doing a fantastic job for the Highlanders. Going to the line now to shoot 2 is Abby Sparrow. Sparrow on the line. Sparrow draws up short on the first one.
Sparrow, a member last summer of the Newfoundland Labrador under-16 girls team, played very well under Coach Jeff Moore.
Set up, let's go, hands up.
Coach Jeff Moore wasn't too happy with how well she played yesterday. Actually, that was a great game in the semifinal. Both of those teams played well. Both coaches really into it. I gotta be honest. I thought they did a great job.
Good stuff. Great stuff on the Crosby side of the gymnasium yesterday as well. Steve, in the consolation games, 3 close games.
Aaron Long now on the inbound. She's going to find Sparrow. St. Kevin's throwing a trap here at Holy Heart early on. Good east-west ball movement, though, but there's a turnover. Kirsten Yetman's pass goes high over the head of Shauna Foley. She can't hold on to that one. Good defense there by St. Kevin's Grace Bennett.
Holy Heart stretching it out here. 1-3-1 press, picking up 3/4 court. Again, Steve, I think it's going to come down to fitness and depth of bench. And Holy Heart are going to try to exploit the Mavs here.
So you're saying Holy Heart a little deeper maybe on the bench?
I think so, a little bit deeper, a little fresher.
And that has been an advantage for them most of the weekend in the games I've seen the Highlanders play. They certainly have used their bench quite well. Coach Colin McNeil and Peter Sparrow really doing a good job with that. Here's Sparrow, outside for Long. Long, high one off the backboard. That's not going to fall. Grace Bennett grabs the rebound for St. Kevin's.
And that's exactly what the Mavs have to do, Steve. If they want to combat the fitness and the depth of the Highlanders, they have to keep them to one shot, and that's it. Rebound to basketball.
Alyssa Maloney kicks it over for Kristen Goss. Goss can't get that shot. Bennett, though, great job grabbing the boards. Out for Maloney. Maloney's second three-point attempt of the game. Comes up empty. Rebound finds the hands of Shauna Foley of Holy Heart. Here's Abby Sparrow. Sparrow picks up the dribble, puts it over for Erin Long. Long looking for Carly Stevenson down low. She can't penetrate. Gonna go over for Foley. Foley loses that one off the dribble. Girls go to the floor to grab the ball, and here comes Emma Power away with it for St. Kevin's. Power leading this drive up the floor. Great pass in for Grace Bennett under the basket, but equally good defense there by Carly Stevenson to deny the layup.
Grace Bennett with a couple good looks for the Mavs. Last two possessions, can't capitalize.
Here's Erin Long. Erin Long throws a bit of a Hail Mary shot up, falling away from the baseline. Can't get that one to fall. Emma Power takes it gingerly down the floor for the Mavs.
Shot selection, Steve, in the championship game. You can get away with some of those shots in the earlier rounds, but here in the championship game, high percentage shots is what's going to take home the gold medal.
Here comes Abby Sparrow. Abby Sparrow going coast to coast like buttered toast. She gets fouled, though, and she will get a trip through the charity stripe with 5:42 left to go here. Holy Heart up 5-3. St. Kevin's. Holy Heart up 5-3 or St. Kevin's? Home team, I believe, is St. Kevin's, correct?
I believe so. We'll see here now. Maloney now with the basketball. Cross court to Power. Quick first step.
So here we go. Ball turned over again, Scott. And that's one thing I noticed yesterday. I made a comment in one of the games. There was more turnovers than at the Pillsbury factory. A lot of unforced errors sometimes, and that's what the better teams capitalize on.
Absolutely. You know, you have to take care of the basketball at any level that you're playing at, and certainly high school basketball is no exception. You know, it comes down to touches on the basketball. A lot of those turnovers, Steve, were just errant passes off the mark and missed catches. So, these kids today, it's not to go on a rant here about kids today, but with the iPads and the iPhones, you know, you have to have the basketball in your hands if you want to be a great basketball player.
Oh, that's a good point. It's I don't think them tossing the iPads and the iPhones around though for passes, but they certainly should have the ball in the hand. Here comes Yetman. Yetman puts a shot up. That's a good defensive play there. Offensive save there by Carly Stevenson. We got our first substitutions of the game. Haley Kiersey and Laura Quigley going to check in for Foley and Yetman. And Holy Heart going to that bench, as you said earlier on. Hopefully going to use that strength they have. Here's Long. Long drives into the paint. Long can't grab the rebound, and Grace Bennett is a beast underneath the glass here for St. Kevin's.
Doing a great job so far for the Mavs.
Emma Power drives the lane. Power gets the rebound. Good defense there by Carly Stevenson. Hands straight up, feet planted. No foul on the play. Power gets rejected. Kiersey back for Long. Long over for Quigley. Quigley launches up the three-point attempt. Can't get that one to drop. And guess who grabs the rebound? Grace Bennett. St. Kevin's moved the ball along the outside. Now Power penetrates, kicks one inside for Bennett. Bennett up off the glass, and that one's going to drop.
Steve, I think if you can remember back a couple Hall of Fame Cups ago, maybe 3, Grace Bennett had a breakout game here.
So I'm guessing Grace Bennett will be a grade 12 student this year, Scott.
Grade
Do you know
12,
that?
yes.
And in the female game, well, in the boys game too as well, the grade 12 students generally are the go-to players on the team. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Senior players, most experienced, physically most
faster, higher, stronger.
Faster, higher, stronger, absolutely.
Here's Quigley. Quigley puts the ball out for Haley Kiersey. Haley Kiersey not afraid to shoot. She's just inside the three-point line, though, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. First substitution of the game coming in for St. Kevin's, Taylor Frizzell-Ryan. Going to check in. She's going to give Emma Power a little break. A little surprising on that sub.
Taylor Frizzell-Ryan, one of the most improved female basketball players I've seen in recent years. No surprise on this side of the table,
I
folks.
just mean a surprise that Power's coming out at this point in the game.
No, Steve, I think making a wise sub, just saving those legs for the end of the game.
Absolutely. Good
saving
call.
those legs for the end of the game.
So, first time out of the game, Holy Heart takes it with 3:42 left to go. St. Kevin's 7, Holy Heart 5. We'll be right back with this championship game of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup, brought to you by 5 TV1.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
And we're back. St. Kevin's Mavericks coming away. Holy Heart coming up empty from the line, Scott, and that's something we never saw a whole lot this weekend. It could be the nerves of the big game. More than likely, is it the big gym? Is it the changing configuration? Is that why the shooting's probably a little cold here for both teams?
You know, you got to get in. When you come into any new environment, kids, you got to get out, get your hand on the basketball and go to the free throw line and make sure you are taking, you know, multiple free throw lines. So you're stepping up to the line confident. Every gym is different, but every foul line is the same. They're all free.
But I did notice yesterday once, and folks, for any of you who have been following us all weekend, we started here at the Powerplex with 4 courts, went to 2 courts, and now we're at 1 court. Like, depth perception and shots, and that's got to affect these shooters.
Change of environment, no doubt, for these young players, maybe not the most experienced. You know, playing under the bright lights when the webcast is happening and the full court is out can take a little bit of adjustment. But that's it. If you want to be a championship team, you have to be able to make those adjustments.
Kiersey puts one up from three-point land. Both teams firing away, just not a lot dropping right now. And we've got a traveling call going against Frizzell-Ryan and scoring at a premium here with only 2:43 left to go in this first quarter. Sparrow brings the ball down the floor, kicks it out for Long. Long down for Stevenson. Stevenson guarded intently there by Kylie Emberley of St. Kevin's. Ball's kicked out for Sparrow. Sparrow looks to penetrate down for Shauna Foley. Foley and over the baseline. That's Quigley over the baseline, but cannot get past Grace Bennett. Frizzell-Ryan, ball to the floor. Frizzell-Ryan, good hands there, going between the legs, but cannot get past Carly Stevenson. We got traveling call here, no basket on that one. Really impressed with this Carly Stevenson. She's a big girl, but she's very quick, Scott.
Defensive player of the week, defensive player of the tournament last weekend at the Gonzaga High School Invitational. A very bright future. Carly Stevenson, I believe in grade 11, Steve.
Wow.
And very athletic, very competitive, good leadership skills. Bright future.
And there is a big 3-ball shot from Haley Kiersey. Kiersey not afraid to put it up at any time, gets that one to fall. Holy Heart grabbed their first lead of the game, albeit only 8-7, but they are on top. St. Kevin's moving the ball. Holy Heart with a good zone defense here. Denying entry, Kylie Emberley kicks it out top. Here's a 3-ball shot from up top. And you know something, folks? The bank is open on Sundays. Kristen Goss banks one in for 3 and puts St. Kevin's back on top on the board.
The kids are loosening up here now as the end of the first quarter. The ball's going to start to drop a little bit more, I think, Steve, than the first 8 minutes.
And here's Long, Erin Long coming in. She's forced to the outside. Good defense there by St. Kevin's. Sparrow throws one up on a wing and a prayer. Can't grab that one. Grace Bennett with the rebound once again. Ball's put in the hand to Alyssa Maloney. Maloney going all the way coast to coast, and she will lay it off at the last minute for Kylie Emberley, and Emberley lays one in off the glass.
Mavs looking a little bit more confident here, Steve.
Here's Carly Stevenson. Stevenson throws one up. That rebound is grabbed by Emberley. Emberley and Bennett, a solid 1-2 combo underneath the glass for St. Kevin's.
Emberley with a beautiful box out and a rebound for the Mavs.
Ball's turned over to Abby Sparrow in transition. Sparrow, nice pass underneath the basket for Quigley. Quigley all alone could not get it to drop though, and then she commits the foul. Afterwards, 24 seconds left to go here in this opening quarter. St. Kevin's have opened up a 4-point lead.
Haley Kersey there, wide open underneath the net, couldn't finish it, and then picks up a foul in the backcourt.
So St. Kevin's going to play for this last shot, this opening quarter. Ball's down low, and so much for me knowing what I'm talking about. Playing for the last shot, nothing. They put it in for Grace Bennett, and she quickly puts it up off the glass.
Grace Bennett again, solid post move, keeping it simple.
Dying seconds now. Quigley under the basket, puts one up. That one's denied though by Bennett. First quarter in the books, and St. Kevin's getting to their comfort zone there in the last couple of minutes, Scott. You alluded to it. They're going to take a 14-8 lead into the second quarter. You're watching 5 TV1's coverage of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup from the Powerplex in St. John's, Newfoundland. We'll be back for call in a second.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right, second quarter about to get underway. And we see Coach Colin McNeil trying to fire up the troops for Holy Heart of Mary. Down by 6 coming into quarter number 2. What do you think Holy Heart needs to do a little bit better here in the second quarter, Scott?
They have to keep applying the pressure to the Mavs. They've had a lot of good looks underneath the basket. You must take care of the basketball, gather yourself and finish. Shot selection. We've seen a lot of long twos, running one-handed shots. If you're cut off in one direction, you need to change direction and go the other way and get to the basket. I think that's what they have to do going into the second here to be successful.
Good first offensive foray down the floor as Carly Stevenson gets the basket. Quigley comes down, makes an interception off that pass from Alex McGraw. Holy Heart will get possession as a foul is called.
Still not 9 o'clock in the morning here, Steve.
No, still a few little sleepies in people's eyes here coming around, and maybe that transfers to the athletes as well.
If I was a coach and we're preparing for the Hall of Fame Cup, might be a good idea to have a couple early morning practices and get that championship game mindset.
And there's a championship game mindset from Sarah Quigley. She drives the paint, and she will get the hoop and the harm. And Holy Heart erasing that 6-point lead pretty much right away. Laura Quigley, my partner, points out to me. Laura and Sarah sort of sound the same. Well, when it's 8:30 in the morning, you got to give me that break,
I'll give
right?
you that one. I'll give you that one. Laura Quigley really.
Although I'd probably be calling her Sarah all weekend, so I should probably apologize. Quigley makes the shot from the line.
There's 2 Quigleys.
Well, I'm sticking with Laura.
I'll help you out.
Here we go. Ball moved over for St. Kevin's. Alyssa Maloney kicks it over for Alex McGraw. McGraw puts the ball to the floor. Going to kick back to Maloney. Maloney launches one up for 3. Big rebound there, and that's grabbed by Grace Bennett under the basket. And Holy Heart don't have an answer for Bennett here right now.
No, that's a great example of that shot selection. Mavs moving the ball side to side. Working for good shots to great shots. Get a great shot. Doesn't fall. You get a great rebound from Bennett.
Here's Stevenson. Stevenson trying to drive the baseline, but there is no room at the end there as the St. Kevin's Mavericks. Kylie Emberley cut that one off. St. Kevin's now in transition. Kristen Goss puts it over for Alyssa Maloney. Maloney out for McGraw. McGraw puts it inside for Bennett. Bennett denied the baseline, but we've got a foul called against Laura Quigley. She'll pick up the foul there. Can't handle Bennett down low. Substitution coming in the game. Shauna Foley will check back in here. And Carly Stevenson will take a little break for Holy Heart.
If I'm on the Highlanders coaching staff right now, Steve, I'm thinking give Carly Stevenson a break next couple minutes and then get her back in the game and start looking to her offensively to make Bennett play both ends of the basketball court.
That's a
Bennett's
good
looking
point.
fresh and very comfortable out there. We want to make her as uncomfortable as possible if we want to win this championship game here today.
Really, really good point there. And right now she's sort of having her way. And Holy Heart are a big team, Scott. They've got
team.
some large girls. And coach probably heard what you said because we see Stevenson coming back up to check in. Here's McGraw's shot. That one's going to miss. Ball's going to be picked up by Laura Quigley. Now Haley Kersey. Kersey down the floor. Going to move it out for Kirsten Yetman. Yetman over for Quigley. Quigley looking to penetrate. She cannot get past the great wall of Emberley Bennett. Down low. That's what I'm going to refer to him right away. Bennett and Emberley doing some damage down low. Grace Bennett, though, commits the traveling violation. Ball's turned over, and Stevenson going to check back into the game. And Coach McNeil going with a very big lineup now. He's trying to counteract down low. He's got Shauna Foley and Carly Stevenson, hopefully to counteract Emberley and Bennett.
Absolutely. You know, you have to take it to at least one of Emberley and Bennett. Try to pick up some fouls, get one of those players to the bench, and if you can do that, Steve, you have a better chance of beating this experienced Mavericks team.
Haley Kersey spins, fires, rebound grab by Bennett. St. Kevin's now come down with the ball. McGraw over for Maloney. Maloney launches one up for 3, can't get that one to fall. Rebound's going to be grabbed by the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders.
Haven't seen Emma Power. Randy White is really, you know, thinking long term here in this game. I'd look to see Emma Power in the 5-minute mark, Steve. The Swami is making a call.
There you go. I don't think the Swami's going out on a real long branch on that one. But nevertheless, here come the Mavericks. Maloney in for Bennett. Bennett kicks it outside. There's a shot by McGraw. McGraw's shot goes wide. And that ball will be turned over to Holy Heart. No scoring, Scott, in the last couple of minutes. Both teams coming up empty on the offensive side of the ball, going down the floor.
Mavs still getting some good looks. I'd like to see Holy Heart try to get the ball inside here now and try and get something going against Bennett or Emberley. Playing a horns action.
Long, trying to go inside to Emberley. And can't get it there. That's denied by Grace Bennett. And they must have heard what you said. That's exactly what they tried to do in that exchange. Erin Long was shooting lights out earlier the week. I haven't seen her taking any shots except for the ill-advised ones down the baseline.
Mavs doing a good job. Matchup zone they're playing. Energy. Both Bennett and Emberley still in the game.
So there is the foul call you were just talking about. As they drive the lane is Foley, and Emberley picks up that foul.
And I'd go right back at Kylie Emberley on the very next play.
That's because you are a mean person.
No, that's the
That
game.
is-
That's the
that
game
is
of basketball.
A cruel gentleman you are.
And Kylie
No,
Emberley is a
obviously,
very good.
folks, we're
Kylie Emberley is a very good player, and you know that is a strategy. There's a strategy involved, and if you want to beat these top teams, St. Kevin's, Waterford Valley, not many teams, Steve, have beaten those programs in the last 5 years.
Absolutely, that's the way it's got to be done. And you can see now Bennett is starting to work a little bit harder. The strategy is starting to work. St. Kevin's come up empty on an offensive threat there. Here's Foley. Foley looking to go baseline, blocked off by Maloney. Kicks it out for Laura Quigley. And Haley Kersey nails that one for 3, and we are all tied up here in the first half.
Nice dribble penetration and kicks it back out. And you get an open shot. Bennett's going to have an open shot, Steve.
Bennett comes in the little up and under shot. Can't get it to fall, though. Foul committed, though, and Emberley is going to get a trip to the charity stripe with 5:55 left to go.
Power is able to take an extended rest, Steve, because of the good, strong guard play. Alyssa Maloney, Alex McGraw, number 7, and Kirsten Goss.
Kirsten, yes. So Emberley comes up empty on the first one from the charity stripe. And 0 for 2, so foul shooting sort of gone on strike here this morning. Team's coming up empty, and that could really hurt you down the road. Kersey going to the bank once again, and she deposits a checkbook of 3s. Haley Kersey really starting to heat up. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Holy Heart. Outside McGraw. McGraw in for Bennett. Bennett had Stevenson's hands in her face there, and that's quality defense by Carly Stevenson.
Going back to the depth that I was talking about at the Highlanders, that's Kersey. She's coming off the bench hitting those shots for the Highlanders.
Stevenson drives baseline. She's going to draw the foul on Emberley again. So that's 2 quick fouls for Emberley. We're going to have a timeout call by the Mavs. 19-16. Holy Heart have taken the lead. 5:16 left to go. Timeout. St. Kevin's. We'll be right back. You're watching the Hall of Fame Cup on 5 TV1.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
All right, back off the timeout. 19-16. Holy Heart in the lead now. The Highlanders going to go to the foul line, try to extend that lead. And Holy Heart have turned the corner in this one, Scott. And do you think it's from going to the inside?
Absolutely, Steve. I think, you know, just better shots. They're found their rhythm offensively. They're attacking the basket, and then they're passing it out and getting these open looks, and Kersey off the bench is knocking them down.
Stevenson at the line comes up empty. That's inexplicable to me. I saw this Holy Heart team shoot the lights out yesterday from the foul line, just not miss. And I don't know if anybody's hit a foul shot yet, Scott, in this game.
Consistency, Steve.
From both teams.
Both teams know. Again, come to the gym, kids, and walk right to the free throw line and make sure you knock down 20 before your championship game starts.
Here's Aaron Long. Long outside for Yetman. Yetman out to Foley. Foley to Long. Long penetrates, throws a Hail Mary shot up off the glass. Grace Bennett's going to pull that one down for the Mavs.
Better shot there by Aaron Long, going towards the basket, and you know it's a better shot, Steve, because she's able to get her own rebound.
Here's a big offensive foul there as Shauna Foley plants her feet and she takes the charge. That foul is going to go against Kristen Goss. And St. Kevin's now, next foul going to be in the bonus here, Scott.
Next foul in the bonus. We still haven't seen power. Steve, now I'm thinking might be some kind of an injury.
Yeah. You got to think so there, but because the Swami's not wrong very often, I can tell you that. Here's Taylor Frizzell in for Bennett. Bennett with a good drive to the basket. She'll pick up the foul, and Grace Bennett will earn a trip to the foul line. Their game pace sort of slowed down now. It seems like down the floor, foul, down the floor, foul. And as long as people aren't making shots from the line, I guess if you're a coach, you're okay with that.
Mavs coach Randy White got to be happy with this tempo. Likes these breaks. Give his team a rest here. You know, St. Kevin's is a gritty team too, Steve. Even though they're tired, I think they're always going to be in contention down the stretch because of the grit that they have.
Grace Bennett can't grit one in from the free throw line. And how do you explain it, Scott? Like, I'm blown away. Nobody's hitting a free throw. Not certain players. Nobody is hitting a free throw.
We'll have to get our statistician to give us some numbers here during the break.
All right. So my color man / detective will go figure that out as well. St. Kevin's now on the rush. Kristen Goss. Goss feigns a three-point attempt, kicks over for Maloney. Maloney drains one from the outside, and St. Kevin's needed that.
Tied up here now, Steve. Late in the second.
Stevenson kicks it outside for Long. Long picks up her dribble. Ball passed for Foley. Foley out to Yetman. Kirsten Yetman. She tries to spin free. Out for Stevenson. Stevenson, three-point shot. That one goes down low and misses everyone. St. Kevin's will pick up the ball.
Highlanders not in a really good rhythm offensively. Scrambling a bit. Shots not in rhythm.
Kirsten Yetman now for Holy Heart. Down the floor for Erin Long. Long tries to come through. Long just cannot penetrate that wall of Emberly and Bennett. That ball is going to come out of ground, and oh boy, that could have been interesting. Kristen Goss almost coming right into the cameras here. And you said it earlier, it's an adjustment for these players, the cameras, the lights around. Like, I mean, it's not something that normally happens to them.
No, not at all. Steve, even the length of the court. A lot of these, you know, teams playing in gyms, you know, considerably shorter than these courts, considerably narrower than these basketball courts. And then that's when the fitness kicks in.
Here's Sparrow. Sparrow puts it down for Yetman. Yetman out for Stevenson, down low for Erin Long. Long guarded by Alex McGraw. Long tries to go in, a little collision down low. And Emberly holding on to her midsection there. She's in some discomfort on that one. Emberly still on the floor. We're going to have a substitution. I got the thing come out for Kylie Emberly. So Holy Heart going to take an impromptu opportunity on this timeout. All tied up at 19, just under 3 minutes left to play in this opening half. St. Kevin's and Holy Heart of Mary, the number 1 and 3 teams in this year's tournament. We have a look at the Holy Heart bench. Coach Colin McNeil addressing his troops right now. All tied up at 19, Scott. Let's talk about it from the St. Kevin's perspective for a minute. It seems like we've been talking about Holy Heart, but from the St. Kevin's side of things, what's going on over there? What do you think Coach Randy Wall's talking about now?
You know, I think Randy Wall is defensively
Randy White.
Sorry, Randy White, yes. Randy White is talking defense, keep doing what they're doing, force the Highlanders to take contested shots, rebound the basketball. They don't want to go play a jumping contest against this Highlanders team or a fitness contest. Not that the St. Kevin's Mavs are not fit. You know, they're just Highlanders are a little bit deeper on the bench. And I think the Mavs are in good shape. I think Randy White's telling the girls we're in good shape. It's tied up 19-19. Again, that grit Stephen experience is going to come into play. If the Mavs can hang around with the Highlanders, they're good to go. And especially if the Highlanders keep missing free throws.
Megan Clark has checked into the game now for St. Kevin's. Our first look at young Megan Clark on the floor. Erin Long comes up empty from the line. Clark now carrying the ball down the floor for St. Kevin's. Here comes Clark. Clark looking to penetrate, dishes it out for McGraw. For Zell Ryan, kicks it in for Grace Bennett, and that's the modus operandi for St. Kevin's. Go east wet, kick it down to the big girl, and she'll put it in the hoop.
Good to great. And they get a great look, and Bennett puts the Mavs up by 2 here.
Here's Erin Long, kicks one out for Yetman. Yetman in for Foley. Foley guarded there. Long three-point shot by Yetman. That one's going to fall short. Ball's chipped out of bounds, and that will go to the Mavericks. Laura Quigley going to come back into the game for Holy Heart.
You know, Bennett looks very comfortable there in that zone, just standing up, arms wide, nice and big. Highlanders might want to run someone baseline behind Bennett, keep her turning her head.
Here's a freebie for Holy Heart. Their 1-3-1 press worked to a perfection that time. They stole it at the half court. Another opportunity, steal again. Stevenson with Sparrow. Stevenson driving the baseline. Stevenson going in. Traveling called. Stevenson looking for the foul, but instead gets nailed for the travel. Under 2 minutes to play, all tied at 21. And Coach Colin McNeil imploring to his charges to make the right decisions here. And that's what it's all about right now. Stevenson commits the foul out at half court. And Megan Clark looking pretty good coming off the bench here for St. Kevin's.
Absolutely. She must have heard me talking about the Highlanders with the deeper bench.
I mean, she's carried the ball down the floor under intense pressure a few times, coughed it up once, but I mean, I think she looked pretty good. Now she earns a trip to the free throw line as her team is in the bonus.
You know, I talked about Carly Stevenson being a defensive player of the year. Or defensive player of the tournament. If she wants to be defensive player of the year, she's really got to become more disciplined, giving up fouls in the backcourt like that.
Yeah, that's a tough one to give up, especially when you're a big girl and you've got to protect the basket. So.
And especially when the Mavs have Grace Bennett. The Highlanders do not want Carly Stevenson in foul trouble either, with Emberly and Bennett out there for the Mavs.
Megan Clark comes up empty from the line. Quigley. Shot for 3, big rebound. That's going to find the hands of the aforementioned Megan Clark. Clark down the floor. She's going to kick it outside. Comes over for McGraw. McGraw kicks it in for Bennett. Bennett back outside, down to the wing for McGraw. Back in for Bennett. Bennett puts the ball to the floor. Up and off the rim. Just can't get it to drop. And Bennett with a foul over the back there.
One of those fouls, Steve. If you want to be an elite player, that's the kind of mental foul that you cannot take. You miss a shot, just sprint back on defense.
Absolutely. You don't have position. Defensive position is established by the Holy Heart player. You can't go over and back.
And the refs love those calls. It's an easy call for a referee to make, and everyone agrees with it.
Speaking of the referees, Scott, Randy Wall, Alicia Bird, and Gerard Bryan here, the three-man system on this game. And I tell you what, we haven't talked about them at all because they're doing a great job.
Perfect. Total pros.
And, you know, both benches have been no real complaints here. Been fantastic effort here by the officiating crew. Should point out again, the Newfoundland Basketball Officials Association volunteered their time at the Hall of Fame Cup, and I can't speak enough about that, how good that is for these young athletes and keeps costs down for tournaments, and fantastic to see. Final minute of play. Opening half, Holy Heart up by 2. Haley Kiersey lets one fly from the rim, cannot grab it. Rebound, grabbed by Clark. Clark goes all the way, but there's a big rejection there by Erin Long. Long puts the ball up for Kiersey. Kiersey back for Long. Long for Kiersey. Kiersey for Sparrow. Clark was really slow coming back into the play. I think Holy Heart didn't realize they had strength in numbers. There's a rebound wide open underneath the basket for Shauna Foley. Could not put it back though. Ball pulled down by Alex McGraw. McGraw puts it into the hands of Kristen Goss. Goss over for Clark. Clark into the wing. That one's denied, coming in by Quigley. 13 seconds left. And this is the part where I'm thinking neither team must have a timeout left.
I'm not sure.
Holy Heart must not, because you would think they'd want to draw something up here. Ball, sorry, St. Kevin's. Ball denied entry. Sparrow down for Kiersey. Kiersey at the buzzer, and that's really good defense there by Alex McGraw to deny that shot. So, tight one as we expected. Probably a little bit lower scoring maybe. And that's got to be from the free throw line. I know you're going to check it out. Your final thoughts on that opening half?
You know, great effort here off the bench for Megan Clark, Alex McGraw, Kristen Goss, sorry, for the Mavs, picking up the slack there for, you know, the starting point guard Emma Power being out. I think the Mavs are in good shape, happy with that first half. Highlanders have to make some adjustments offensively, getting going to the basket, but a really good half of basketball, Steve. 8:30 in the morning. Here we go.
All right, so folks, after the first half, it's 23-21. Stay with us for our halftime show here on 5 TV1's coverage of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup.
Signor Caboto! On that, sir. You won't believe your eyes.
Captain, over here! You must see this!
Look at the cap down there.
I've never seen anything like it in my life!
Amazing. So
Codfish, so thick they stayed the progress of our ship. Your fleets will have no further need of Iceland. Fish is enough to feed this kingdom, oh sire, until the end of time.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology, so you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the Grabs as they await the American champs. Here's the Cleveland favorite Knits now, and boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their uniforms. I bet you could sure run in smart shirts like those.
Not that. Look, world champs, my eye.
Grads, we don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, you're going to earn that title by playing your game. Teamwork, passing. Let's show them what it means to play the Grads.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
ventures off the beaten path. And then there's this place. Newfoundland and Labrador.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders coach Colin McNeil. Colin, talk to us a little bit about that first half. How do you think your team did? You must be happy to have the lead.
Yeah, we're happy with the lead and our defensive effort. I'd like to see our offense is, in our transition game is a little bit choppy. I'd like to see us get some more ball movement there, rotation on the top, some more cutters, so that opens up our perimeter for we got some real good perimeter shooters out there, and our middle. I mean, St. Kevin's is big down the middle, so we need our trusty players on that perimeter and on those three balls to get open, so we can get some better looks. So part of that is moving that ball a little quicker and whatnot once we get down the floor.
So coming up second half, you're up by 2. What are you talking to the girls about? What is it you're really looking for in this second half coming up? What's going to get you the Hall of Fame Cup?
Well, here you got the two of the best teams in the province now playing off for the Hall of Fame Cup, and the score is 23-21. That's a low score. Defensive effort is there, but offensively we need to score more baskets. We got to make the easy ones. We're having trouble scoring. That's partly because they're big and they're aggressive on D, but we got to keep taking it hard to the basket. And like I said, we got to make those open threes. We got to make those little 10, 15 footers, and hopefully it'll work out for us in the end.
There you go, Coach Colin McNeil, Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders, up by 2 here after the half. Good luck in the second half, Coach. We'll be back.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology, so you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Now, Randy, down by 2 after the first half. Talk to us a little bit about what you saw go on out there in the first half.
First half for us, I didn't think we had too much flow in the first half. It was really choppy for us. We usually like to push it a little bit more, and we kind of walked it up the floor. And I just thought we kind of held back there, and we ran into a little bit of foul trouble early, and it kind of took the flow right out of us. And I think we had 8 or 9 team fouls there right in a row, so it's that kind of put us on the back bench there with a couple of starters had to go to the bench a little bit early.
So those starters, one of them would be Emma Power. Emma's certainly one of the straws that stirs the St. Kevin's drink for sure. In this second half, what are we going to look for from the Mavericks? How is it you're going to climb back into this one and probably take home the Hall of Fame Cup?
Yeah, we're going to look to bring Emma straight back in now. She had 2 fouls early in the first half, and so we're going to save her with 3 for the last of it and see if she can kind of put us on her back like she did yesterday in the semi. We'll look to bring Kylie Emberley back as well, and Alyssa Maloney's been battling the flu there, which she had to come out in the last couple of seconds as well. So with 3 of them, and we're hoping to, with their punch, we'll be able to pull it out there in the end.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thanks for joining us. After 1, the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders lead the St. Kevin Mavericks 23-21. We'll have the second half for you on 5 TV1. Championship game of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the Grabs as they await the American champs. Here's the Cleveland favorite Nits now, and boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their uniforms. I bet you could sure run in smart shirts like those.
Not that. Look, world champs, my eye.
Grads, we don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, you're going to earn that title by playing your game. Teamwork, passing. Let's show them what it means to play the Grads.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
Hey, go on! Go on! Mind your own business!
The antenna is holding, sir.
Yes. Bravo. Oh, look there. Yes, indeed. This is going to make your world a lot different than the one I grew up in. You know where England is?
Sure, it's over there.
And over there is where that sound is coming from. Right, Mr. Marconi?
Through the air, across the ocean. The first time ever.
Roger, 8+34 and 9+09.
Here with Gary Power, president of the Wheelchair Sports Association of Newfoundland Labrador. Gary, tell us a little bit about your organization, what it is you do.
Well, our primary sport is wheelchair basketball, and we generally we play Monday nights, and we've got a Canada Games team, development team that we coach Wednesday nights. It's open to all abilities. There's no exclusion of this, so male, female play, able-bodied, disabled, so it's a fun sport, very, very competitive sport. You know, we're out today trying to promote it. We just joined forces past couple of months with NLBA. It's a great partnership. We use their networking, and they're going to take part in our coaching camp that's coming up in May. So it's an exciting year for us for sure.
Must be exciting. We see Mel Fitzgerald on the floor here today. Mel's been around forever, one of the stars here in Newfoundland sports. Liam Hickey.
Liam is not with us, unfortunately.
I know he's a little busy, hey?
A little busy.
But what does something like that mean for wheelchair sports here in Newfoundland, having athletes like that?
Oh, I mean, Mel is a great ambassador for the sport of wheelchair basketball. He's been playing longer than I've been playing, and that's 25 plus years. He mentors all the new athletes coming in. You know, he pays attention, shows them the game, very patient with them, and Liam, I mean, Liam is just an incredible young man. He spends a lot of time talking to the kids, explaining the game, showing them on the floor, you know, the right ways to do things, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, again, it's a really exciting year, and we're thankful that we got those guys.
Gary, thanks for joining us. Best of luck to your association throughout the year.
Appreciate your time.
Gary Power, president of Wheelchair Sports Association, Newfoundland Labrador. We'll be right back.
Signor Caboto! On deck, sir. You won't believe your eyes.
Captain, over here! You must see this!
Look at the gap down there.
I've never seen anything like it in my life!
Amazing!
Codfish, so thick they stayed the progress of our ship. Your fleets will have no further need of Iceland. Fishes enough to feed this kingdom, oh sire, until the end of time.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Here with Newfoundland Labrador Basketball Association Executive Director Bill Murphy. Bill, your organization responsible for this event every year. Talk about what goes into putting it off.
Yeah, it's probably one of our most time-consuming programs. I mean, we have a committee of 8 people. We collect all the data that's sent in through the province from all the high schools with teams who are interested in participating. We do rankings in mid-December, in January, then a final one in February, early February, with the final 16 teams.
So talk to us a little bit about the NLBA, how it's operated, you being the executive director. Who's your other staff, and what is it you encompass for basketball in our province?
We're involved in all levels of basketball. At the moment, we're into our provincial championships. We have about 400 teams that'll play basketball in the next 3 months. Extremely busy time for us. Our staff is made up of Judy Byrne, who's our technical director, Doug Partridge, who's our assistant technical director, and Laura Chapman, who's our office assistant. We operate now probably 13 months a year. I mean, it's changed from back it was in the 80s and 90s, and we're doing quite a few programs that keeps us very, very busy. And staff has grown from a part-time position in the 90s to 4 full-time staff.
So there you go, the NLBA certainly involved, and definitely the standard for basketball in our province. On a little bit of a personal note, we hear that it's your last year. Here, retirement may be looming for you. I don't know if that's rumor or anything like that, but if so, I want to just go on record here and congratulate you on an outstanding career and a great job. And there's going to be some pretty big shoes to fill when you leave.
Yeah, we're doing an exit strategy now with our board, and we all feel confident that the right people are going to fit into the right position and carry on as I've been here for 29 years. So it's time now. It's time for new blood. It's time for me to move on to the next chapter of my life as well.
A lot of times you hear the sports analogy leave a legacy, and you've certainly done that in basketball, Bill. Congratulations to the NLBA on another outstanding Hall of Fame Cup event.
Appreciate that, Steve.
We'll be back. Second half coming up. St. Kevin's and Holy Heart. Championship game of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup on 5 TV1.
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the Grabs as they await the American champs. Here's the Cleveland favorite Knits now, and boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their uniforms. I bet you could sure run in smart shorts like those.
Not that. Look, world champs, my eye.
Grads, we don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, you're going to earn that title by playing your game. Teamwork, passing. Let's show them what it means to play the Grads.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Powerplex championship game of the girls division, this 2018 Hall of Fame Cup. Holy Heart of Mary up by 2 over St. Kevin's. I'm Steve Power here with the Swami, Scott Knopfel. Swami, look into your crystal ball and tell us what you see coming in this second half.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see this Holy Heart of Mary team really put the pressure on St. Kevin's. You saw 1-3-1, some pressure late in the second quarter, and I'd like to see him go back to that and be relentless and commit to that press and get this game going coast to coast. Steve, is what the Highlanders want to do to be successful.
Kylie Emberley scoring right off the bat for St. Kevin's. I tell you what, you're gonna see, Swami. You're gonna see a lot more Emma Power coming in. Talk to Coach Randy White in between the half. Randy saying no issues with Emma, 2 quick fouls. Wanted to make sure he got her for when it counts the most, so watch out for the Mavericks this second half. That's probably bad news for Holy Heart that Emma Power only probably played 3-4 minutes that entire first half, and St. Kevin's are only down by 2.
Not only is Emma Power back, but the St. Kevin's bench, young bench, Clark, McGraw, Frizzell, Ryan.
Outstanding job.
Did a great job, grew in confidence over the first half, so they're going to be coming in fired up, ready to go here in the championship.
Teams knotted up here at 23. Sparrow's going to grab a loose ball down low. Abby Sparrow leading the charge down the floor over for Yetman. Stevenson in for Foley. Foley attacks the rim, can't grab it. Good rebound there by Stevenson, but Kylie Emberley finally pulls it down.
Nice possession for the Highlanders. That's the tempo they want, Steve, you know, pushing the pace, going downhill up and down the court. And in the half-court set, they had some nice touches and got a good opportunity.
Abby Sparrow outside for Yetman, couldn't move that one. That's going to be stolen by Emma Power. Power couldn't get the layup to fall, though. Took a little contact. She's going to come back down the floor.
I don't think she's 100%, Steve.
You may be right, Scott. No inclination from the coaches, but that could be Coach Randy White just playing coy with the media.
As
for
he
sure.
does.
Absolutely. Holy Heart.
It could be Emma too, is you know, a little bit hesitant out there. She hasn't played. You know, she hasn't played since the first quarter.
Power drives the lane, dishes in for Emberley. That's a sweet feed there, and Kylie Emberley lays it up to tie the game at 25. Here's Sparrow. Sparrow, nothing doing on the baseline. She'll move it over for Foley. Foley to the other side. Kirsten Yetman with the shot. That one doesn't drop, but Sparrow's there to grab the rebound. Sparrow with the old Chris Webber-like double dribble. Forgetting there's a timeout, no timeout on the board. She decides to put it down again.
Taking me back to when I was in high school. Here's that press we talked about.
Holy Heart just laying and waiting at half court. And Emma Power does a good job recognizing that, moving it over into the hands of Goss. Down low, Emberley can't get it to drop. Rebound grabbed by Stevenson.
I think the Highlanders could even extend that press up a little bit more, Steve. Mavs are just breaking it with one pass, and then the Highlanders are kind of dropping back. I'd like to see them push that press up a little bit and use that depth and that athletic ability and length.
Stevenson penetrates, can't get it past Grace Bennett though. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be maintained possession by Holy Heart. On the inbounds, out for Stevenson. Stevenson pulls up for the shot. There's going to be a foul on that play. I have to see who it's going to be going to. It's going to be against Emberley, and that is, I'm guessing, at least her 3rd foul. Scott, how'd you make out with your investigative reporting halftime? Did we find out the foul shooting situation?
I was too busy doing other responsibilities here for Bell Alliant and 5 TV1. I'll be back in a moment.
All right. And we should add that his responsibilities included getting me water, which I very much appreciate, because that is what we do drink at 9 o'clock in the morning. 7:10 left to go here in the second half. Holy Heart of Mary up by 2, 27-25 for the Highlanders. Power kicks one over for Maloney. Maloney back for Power. Here's Power, penetrates down the line, and she will lay it in off the glass. Emma Power making an impact here in this second half early. Aaron Long. Long puts the ball to the floor. Long going to move it outside for Sparrow. Sparrow back for Long. Long outside for Sparrow, into the corner for Long. St. Kevin's doing a great job here on defense. Power intercepts that pass, and Power is coming all the way down for the layup, and she will lay it in. And the Mavericks, 6 unanswered points here in this half, have now taken the lead. Abby Sparrow into the zone. We have a foul called on number 7, Alex McGraw. She gets called for the foul. Quigley's going to check in now for Abby Sparrow.
Kylie Emberley still in the game for the Mavs with her 3rd personal foul, Steve.
So 3 on Emberley, but Coach White, I think he wants to get a little bit of momentum on his side here.
Absolutely, and he trusts his players. She's a very experienced player, played on the Canada Games team last summer, knows how to play with 3 fouls.
Emma Power penetrates, but Carly Stevenson with some good defense there. Here's Yetman. Yetman down the side, can't get that layup to drop, but a great follow-up there by Laura Quigley, getting it to drop for Holy Heart. Power.
I didn't tell Laura to take, she should know.
Power moves the ball up for Alyssa Maloney. Maloney back for Power. Maloney, 3-point shot. Maloney can't get that one to drop. That one's going to bounce out of play. All tied up at 29. This game is tighter than a drum. And that's right now.
That's not what the Mavs want to do. The Mavs went one side of the court, stayed there, and took a very long shot. They want to get that ball moving east to west, side to side, move that Highlander defense, just like they were doing in the first half.
Emma Power with their 2nd steal on defense. Power then the floor general coming down the floor, kicking it out for Maloney. Into the corner for McGraw. McGraw catches, shoots, didn't really have a good grip on that ball. Grace Bennett gets the rebound down low. Amberley battles for it. Kicks it out for McGraw. Shot again, sorry, that was Emma Power's shot. That one doesn't fall either. Holy Heart now. Back in transition, Laura Quigley gets by for the layup. And that's a good score there for the Highlanders.
Provincial team member there, Laura Quigley, outstanding young athlete. Very bright future on the basketball court for number 33.
Alex McGraw, nice penetration pass for Emberley, and Emberley finds Grace Bennett gingerly, casually strolling through the paint, and Bennett will lay that up. Long for Foley. Foley out to Stevenson. Stevenson, shot from medium range. She gets it to drop though. You're wondering why is the big girl out there shooting, and I guess that's why.
She's got a nice touch from 15 feet. Big basket there for the Highlanders.
Stevenson comes back, grabs the ball on defense. Ball moved up for Aaron Long. Long puts it to the floor. Long drives to the lane with the left hand. Goes in and gets the layup. And believe it or not, folks, a 4-point lead now for Holy Heart, and that's the biggest lead of the game for either team.
Still not 10 a.m., Steve.
Nope. And it's funny, both coaches alluded to that too when we talked to them at halftime. They talked about the early game and how the players aren't used to it, and it does take them out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely, you know, and like I said earlier, if you have an opportunity, coaches coming into these tournaments where you know there's going to be an early championship game, try to get an early morning practice in, at least one.
And I would think that with gym time being so precious here in the St. John's area for sure, that would be a time you probably could get to gym before school starts.
I coached with O'Donnell last year, Steve, and we practiced 2 mornings a week because it was easy. Nobody else was taking it. Not long practices, only an hour, but they add up.
Here's Amberley. Amberley down the line. Good rejection there. Oh, my goodness. Crowd howling for a foul there. But we get the rejection. And now we've got, wasn't just the crowd calling, it's the coach, Randy White, getting teed up on that one. And Scott, you know something? That's not something we see very often out of Randy White. He's normally very, very composed, so he must have saw something there he really didn't like.
Usually very composed on the sideline is Randy White, and he's still composed, but he let the ref know then that he wasn't happy with those calls. Steve, going back to the early morning practices, we got to remember that these coaches are volunteers here as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And not everyone has the luxury to get up in the morning before work. I had no kids, and I work basketball full time.
Yeah, but you also live about 19 million miles away, virtually on the edge of the ocean, literally. I've been to your house. Substitution into the game now for St. Kevin's. Kristen Goss is going to check in for Alex McGraw. 36-31. Things starting to open up a little bit here in the third quarter.
And this is where I want to see this Highlander bench, or this Highlander press, up a little bit more. Not really rattling the Mavs enough for my liking here.
Here's Goss. Goss drives down the lane, lays one out for Grace Bennett. And Bennett puts in the easy layup. If they can find Bennett in the paint, 9 times out of 10, she's scoring.
Absolutely.
Quigley picks up her dribble, puts it in for Aaron Long. Long to the outside for Kiersey. Kiersey back for Long. Little bit of arc on those passes. Dangerous with this quick St. Kevin's team. Play ball call. Shot put up. Aaron Long, good job getting that rebound. Puts it up. That goes out of bounds off the hands of Bennett. Holy Heart will maintain possession. Pace starting to pick up a little bit here, Scott.
Starting to pick up, like you said, Steve. You know, these lob, soft passes, Highlanders got to do a better job of just swinging the basketball. Move the Mavs side to side and open up shots for Kiersey, just like that one.
Haley Kiersey with a big three-point shot there for the Highlanders. And if anybody's been a little consistent from beyond the arc, it is Haley Kiersey. Bennett in for Amberley. Amberley gets fouled there by Stevenson. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Mavs doing a good job again, breaking that pressure down the sideline and getting some advantages and scores.
So with all the fouls we saw in that first half, Scott, we got to think that down the road here, some of the key players, we mentioned Emberley already. Stevenson probably picked up her second or third then. I mean, these are big players for these teams. They need to be aware.
The only player on the court right now with 3 fouls is Kylie Emberley, but I think she's doing it. I think she understands that she has 3 fouls, and her basketball IQ and experience in these championship moments are playing a factor here, and she's staying out of trouble.
Big news breaking here at the power play, Scott. Someone just made a foul shot.
1 for 6 are the Mavs right now in free throws, and the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders, at least at halftime, were 3 for 9. Not exactly championship stats, Steve. They're going to have to do a better job, both teams.
I guess it's even Steven if both teams are poor from the line. But if one team all of a sudden heats up, that certainly might be the factor. Aaron Long with a tough shot running through the paint. She puts it off the bank and in.
Tough shot, but she caught that ball in stride, had some zip in the pass, and then was able to knock it down.
Here's
Goss.
a 3-point shot for Goss. Goss can't get that one. Emberley with a big rebound in there. She just reaches up and says to everyone, get out of my jello tree. I'm taking that ball.
Mavs looking very strong in the half court here.
Here's Quigley. Quigley gets him down. She might have got away with a little bit of a walk there. Quigley, don't get away with it the second time, though, or is there a foul call?
Travel is the call.
Travel is the call. That's what I thought. Alicia Bird, the official, making the call. And had a little set to with Randy White and the officials, but once again, I think the officials doing a fantastic job here, Scott.
Outstanding job. I thought that was a great call. You know, these officials also are aware of, you know, who has what fouls and the implications of calling a 4th foul on someone. They want to make sure that it's the right call, and I agreed with that travel call, and Emberley's still in the game.
And I tell you what, for my money, seeing all the games we've seen this weekend, no one better than Alicia Bird here in the officials.
Oh, Alicia Bird is a world-class official, no doubt about it.
I'd like to see her get a shot at some of the edge games.
I believe she did the edge.
She did one?
The inter-squad game, I know she did.
Tell you what, she could be doing the regular ones.
She could, listen, she can ref at any level in the world, no doubt about it.
Hey, back to the action. St. Kevin's shot launched up. That catches iron. Here's Power coming down the lane. She's wide open. Frizzell Ryan can't get a hand on that rebound. St. Kevin's just can't get it to drop.
Or Quigley there with a big rebound. You know, talk about breakout games. I think.
Here's Kiersey for 3. Haley Kiersey with the big 3-point shot. And she is going to go to the line for the rare 4-point conversion.
I was talking about 33, and number 23 hits her third three and fouled, Steve. Unbelievable. Off the bench for the Highlanders.
17 seconds remain. Going to the line, going to give the Highlanders their biggest lead of the game, and sinks the foul shot. Oh my goodness. Watch out, the ice might be broken here. Haley Kersey is officially on fire, Scott Knopfel.
You know, we saw her take a three earlier in the first half and fell down trying to draw that call. Gets the call there.
Maloney drives through the lane, can't get that one to fall. Big third quarter for the Highlanders. Holy Heart 45, St. Kevin's 36. We'll be back for the fourth quarter of this 2018 Hall of Fame Cup Championship game, brought to you by 5 TV1.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
And we're back, fourth quarter just about to get started. Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders' biggest lead of the game at 9. They had possession of the ball. Traveling going to be the call. They had possession of the ball. The turnover by Aaron Long. Emma Power certainly had a great start to that third quarter, gave the Mavericks a spark. They are going to look to her to light the flame again. Maloney back for Power. Power up top. She ran into her own player. Gonna have to kick it over. Inside, looking for Bennett. Bennett gets a handle on that in the pass from Goss. Bennett, short range jumper, doesn't go. And you can hear the intensity from the Holy Heart coaches, and a good kind of intensity too.
Absolutely.
Sometimes coaches' intention make your players tighten up. I think the players are feeding off Coach McNeil and Sparrow now. They're really getting tough on defense.
You know, this has been a St. Kevin's, Mavericks, and Waterford Valley Warriors show for the last 3-4 years, along with every other tournament in the province. Holy Heart of Mary here in their first big championship game. And, you know, they're gaining experience, and you can see the confidence growing in the Highlanders here in fourth.
Emma Power leading the charge down the floor for St. Kevin's. Power realizes there's no light in the lane there. Power drives through the lane, and she'll get the foul and will go to the line to shoot two.
She hesitated earlier in the third. She's not hesitating early in the fourth here, Steve.
Carly Stevenson going to check back into the game, and Shauna Foley will sub out. Power at the line. Just over a minute gone this fourth quarter, and no points scored yet. Dramatic pause there from our broadcast team. Has had to be quiet here. Like you say, it's early in the morning. Not a lot of talking here. Not a lot of cheering in the gym. So we certainly don't want our voices to be the one.
I think the fans can hear us from over here, Steve.
Absolutely. Power sinks the second of two. And here come the Highlanders.
Mavs looking good defensively in a nice stance here, communicating well.
Stevenson out for Kersey. Kersey with the hot hand, can't get that one to fall though. Ball bounces off the ring. Just with the Here Come the Highlanders line. I need to do a hockey game with the Highlanders playing out of the movie Goon 2. Here come the Highlanders. But it'll do here this morning for basketball. Two Holy Heart teams playing here today, Scott. The boys making the championship game as well, I believe.
Very impressed, Steve, with this boys Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. I don't throw the words next level out very often, but that is the next level basketball team for sure. Going to be a great championship game.
So tell us your company again, is NLBT. What does that stand for?
Next Level Basketball Training, located here in St. John's.
Just throwing out the next level twice in 5 seconds. Got you on that one, big fella. 8:03 left to go. 45-37 in favor of the Holy Heart Highlanders.
Every time down the floor, we need to run something.
Possession for St. Kevin's here. Maloney going to inbound the ball, puts it into the hands of Kristen Goss. Goss out for Power. Power, long three-point shot there. Grace Bennett trying to get the rebound, can't do so. Ball will launch out of bounds.
Mavs have to stay disciplined here, work for good shots, not try chip away at this lead, not try to get it all back in at once, and go back and forth, side to side, East Coast, West Coast, get the ball into Grace Bennett. That's been the bread and butter here so far in the championship game, in the tournament so far. You have to maintain it.
Powerplex facility, really, really big here, folks. For anybody who hasn't been here, it's we see Erin Long come to the lane. Unfortunately for Long, she traveled. She got the tough shot to drop, but she traveled. The facility is huge. We just saw the ball get thrown out of bounds, and Erin Long had to run about 150 feet to go pick it up. I mean, a lot of different things going on. Great facility, and we talked about how the early game is probably affecting the team, but you know something? I'd say the facility's not available this afternoon. They probably just can't get it later on.
Absolutely. That could be a factor. The other thing, Steve, as well, you know, we have teams from out of town, and just in case, you know, a team from Corner Brook or Exploits Valley makes the finals, even Fatima or Mobile makes the final game, they want to make sure that these athletes and fans and parents are getting home safely in daylight. Hence the 8:30. I'm not complaining. Laura Quigley.
Quigley misses that layup, but my point in that discussion there, though, Scott, is a facility like this, fantastic facility, run very well, clean, in great shape, and used all the time. We see players go hard to the floor there. See where the foul call goes against Stevenson. That's her third. But if anybody from the government's listening, we need more facilities like this. That's my point here. If this place is jam-packed and booked all the time, which I'm being led to believe it is, boy, what about another facility in the St. John's area with a hockey rink and a basketball court and volleyball and judo, and fans getting into it now. 45-42, St. Kevin's narrowing the gap. So I just got off my political soapbox to get back into the game. And a big, big shot there from Kirsty Yetman. Her first points of the game, Scott. Couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, I think the athletes heard you talking about that pitch for another gym, and look at this, Steve.
Wow, they light
8
right
points.
Up. Both teams clicking on all cylinders now. Here's Quigley. Quigley in for Stevenson. Stevenson denied by Bennett, but Bennett got a little hand on the shot.
Mavs showing their grit here, Steve. Championship grit down the stretch. Now they have to show that championship discipline.
So we've got a timeout call. It's going to go to St. Kevin's. 48-44. 6:07 left to play. Championship game of this 2018 Hall of Fame Cup. Brought to you by 5 TV1.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And we're back. We want to acknowledge the tournament sponsors for this year's event. From the NLBA, the Newfoundland Labrador Officials Association, as we said, volunteering their time and being here all week. The St. John's Edge, Newfoundland's newest professional sports franchise. Big, big hit. Scott, I know you're a fan of the Edge. And I am too.
The #1 fan.
And Universal Corporate, we're the official corporate supplier of the NLBA. All your uniform and apparel needs, give them a call. And my favorite sponsor of them all, of course, Mary Brown's Chicken and Taters. A big Steve Power favorite, no doubt at all. 6:07 left to go, fourth quarter.
Keeping them in business right here.
Yeah, I'd say I'm responsible for a little GDP at Mary Brown's, gross domestic product, courtesy of my wallet.
Stevenson going to try to keep the Highlanders in business here.
Stevenson sinks it from the foul line. It's funny how everything's starting to come together here for both squads. Foul shots starting to go all of a sudden. It's almost like everybody just, the light went down. Oh my God, we're in a championship game. We got to play. Play continues, a little errant buzzer there. 8-second violation there, and that's a little unfortunate with the buzzer going. That might have thrown Power off a little.
Surprised with that call there.
Yeah.
Actually, the horn goes off, Steve. You know, I think the referees, anytime there's an errant horn, break the count or blow the play down. There's no advantage gained, and side ball.
Here's Yetman, shot from downtown, can't get that one to fall. Aaron Long's going to commit the foul over the top. And we talk about the ball going out of bounds again, Scott. There you go. See Alyssa Maloney have to get a Metro bus to go get the ball for her.
Maloney then with a great box out draws a foul from the Highlanders.
Under 6. Go ahead, Scott.
Sorry, Highlanders still in this press, Steve. Again, I'd like to see him pick it up absolutely full court here just to mix it up a little bit, because the Mavs are doing a great job breaking it down the sideline and getting easy scores.
Grace Bennett gets that basket underneath. Ball comes inside. That's denied by Bennett. She's doing it at both ends of the floor now. Kristen Goss for St. Kevin's. Out for Maloney. Maloney over for Power. Here's Power. Power looking to penetrate. Inside for Bennett. Bennett under basket. Can't get it to drop. Good rebound there by Aaron Long. Just had it rattle off her fingers out of bounds. It'll still be St. Kevin's ball. Stevenson going to check back into the game for Shauna Foley. 3-point ball game here, Scott. And St. Kevin's set play right off the inbounds.
Great little, call those a sleeper.
Here's Abby Sparrow. Sparrow trying to come right down Main Street with that one. Aaron Long with the rebound on the back corner. Carly Stevenson fortunate not to get called for a foul there. That opened up Long to get the rebound. Maloney. Outside for Goss. Goss gonna get called for the double dribble there. Coach Randy White giving the referee the old stink eye on that call. And the play continues.
They could make a meme out of that stink eye right there,
Absolutely.
Steve.
Here's Abby Sparrow now. Too Long. Long puts the ball on the floor. Long looking for someone to open up. Long moves it inside, looking to put it into the hands of Yetman. Yetman over for Stevenson. Stevenson trying to work her way in tight, and Stevenson with a great move to the basket there. Crossover dribble beyond the back. How's she going? And up and in for Carly Stevenson.
Beautiful move and another beautiful defensive play right there from Stevenson.
Stevenson
Sparrow
dialed in here in this fourth quarter. Kiersey lays one off, and Holy Heart with back-to-back baskets as Kirsty Yetman puts one down. Power puts it aside now. Here's Goss. Goss over for Maloney. Out for Goss. Goss out for Emma Power. Power, big three-point shot there for St. Kevin's, Scott. That shot was huge, actually, and that's like my belly. It's really big.
Wow, incredible shot. Incredible gritty effort here from Emma Power. Knee injury, coming back into the game and hits a big shot, the biggest of the game so far for the Mavs.
Ball moved to the outside now. Abby Sparrow in for Long. Long to Yetman. Yetman's hit a couple of big shots there, and so is Haley Kiersey. Play ball call. Holy Heart need to get the ball up to the basket. Up, doesn't fall, and St. Kevin's will grab the rebound. 4-point ball game approaching the 3-minute mark. Here's Kristen Goss. Goss moves it over for Maloney. Maloney. Out top for Emma Power. Emma Power with a big three last trip down the floor for St. Kevin's. Power for Goss. Goss penetrates, drives the lane, and she'll get the runner to go. St. Kevin's narrow the gap to 2. 2:55 remain. Timeout. Holy Heart. We'll be right back. You're watching the championship game of the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup on 5 TV1.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
So we are back. Just under 3 minutes left to play. Scott, we got a second. Let's tee up how this is going to go down in the Swami's eyes.
In the Swami's eyes, putting the Swami on the spot here. I think for the Mavs, a lot of experience on the court. They've got to just keep moving the ball, keep it simple, and keep it what's been working. And what's been working, again, experience coming into play here in the championship moments. What's been working is ball movement. If they have an open shot, a great shot, take it. If not, Grace Bennett.
There you go, an unforced error there. Aaron Long stepping over the line on the inbounds pass, just giving the ball back to St. Kevin's. And Emma Power just sharpened the knife and stuck it right in there with a three-pointer from a long ways out. Here's Sparrow. Down for Stevenson. Stevenson drives in. She answers back right away. Scott, if I'm not mistaken, that was St. Kevin's first lead of the game.
Wow. First lead of the game. We mentioned Bennett having a breakout game. This might be Carly Stevenson's breakout quarter, at least here in the fourth.
Stevenson with the rejection down low. Unfortunately, she did get all ball, but got a little piece there. Stevenson's going to have to come out.
30 seconds.
Looked clean up top, Steve. Might have been a push in the middle.
And tough luck there. Stevenson getting it done on both ends of the floor.
Her fifth foul.
Her fifth? No. She's out of the game. No way. I thought it was only 4. But if it is her fifth foul of the game. So that is a big loss for Holy Heart here with 2:24 left to play.
No doubt about it, Steve. But if you notice coming into the game, Shauna and Carly Stevenson, if you watched closely during the game, both of those players were coming in one after each other.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad substitution for the Highlanders. Shauna Foley.
Certainly a great player in her own right.
You want to talk about athletics, Shauna Foley.
This morning, and probably a little bit throughout the event, I just think Carly might have offered a little more on the offensive side.
Oh, absolutely. We saw it in the last couple minutes here. She made 2 beautiful moves for the Highlanders. So taking a loss offensively. Laura Quigley coming back into the game, number 33. Offensively skilled player, talented player, provincial team player, Laura Quigley, number 33, coming in.
So we got a discussion here, and we will get the conversation from the referee. And we saw the coach was looking for a violation on the foul shot. Referee makes the explanation, coach buys it, and we're all tied up at 57. St. Kevin's with the timeout on the buzzer, 2:24 left to go. We're not going to go to a commercial break now, Scott. We're into the nitty-gritty here now this morning. 57 each. Stevenson out of the game for Holy Heart. Emma Power starting to find her stroke for St. Kevin's. I'm not liking this if I'm a Holy Heart fan right now. I'm thinking momentum has changed a little bit here to St. Kevin's.
Again, discipline, shot selection down to championship moments. Emma Power feeling it from outside, going to draw a lot of attention, going to leave open her teammates. Krista Gossard just made a shot wide open. Grace Bennett is going to be open down low. So the Mavs in good shape here, got some momentum and confidence. But the Highlanders, Steve, again, hungry, wanting that championship. They don't want to be denied here. this first big championship game for the program. I think they're handling themselves great.
Absolutely. And frankly, let's call a spade a spade. They've been in the lead for 95% of this game, if not more. And they've dictated the pace.
Ayla Kersey's hit a few big shots for the Highlanders. Look for her to touch the ball late in the game.
Off the inbound, St. Kevin's, big pressure here. Long needs to get it out to half court. They do a good job finding Yetman. There's Kersey from the corner. Kersey couldn't get that one to drop. That caught iron. That would have been a huge dagger there. St. Kevin's now, Power approaching the 2-minute mark. Team's knotted up at 57. Power in for Bennett. Bennett's shot pass is deflected, and Aaron Long's going to take it down the floor. Long throws it away, though. Unfortunately, Quigley couldn't reach up and grab that one. And here come the Mavericks. Under 2 minutes to play. Scott, the next 2 or 3 scores going to be crucial, and here's one of them. Grace Bennett on a great passing play. So we got, not sure what that whistle was about.
I think it was the delay of the game call. The white team knocked the ball away
ball
by
out
accident.
of bounds. Okay, so that took the air out of the place after that brilliant passing play.
Silent.
Here's Foley. Foley back for Long. Long up top. Long gets a pick by Foley. Long spins around, nothing there. Long turns it over. And Scott Holyhart need a timeout here. Aaron Long's rattled. But maybe they don't have any left, I'm not sure.
We'll have to check with the scores table. I'm not sure. They need to get in and settle down and get some touches on the basketball, and it's what they're doing right now. Looking better here offensively.
Quigley into the lane. She ran out of room, tried to throw it off Grace Bennett's legs, could not get it there. 1:09 left to go. And St. Kevin's with the ball.
Highlanders still in this three-quarter soft press here. And the Mavs have been doing well against it.
Power. She's going to put the ball to the floor, puts it back for Maloney. Maloney down in the corner finds Power. Power's just going to lay it in for Bennett. That's the bread and butter play for St. Kevin's, and that is a good basket there for the Mavericks. Mavericks, their biggest lead of the game, up by 4, 47 seconds left to go. And Holyhart need to get refocused here, and Coach Colin McNeil and Peter Sparrow, they're going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat because the Mavericks are moving now.
Mavericks are moving, and Grace Bennett with a gorgeous post move, fake right, went left, banked it in for 2 points. Big 4-point lead now for the Mavs. Again, Holyhart, half court, pass the ball, some snap on the passes. Look inside to Shauna Foley. And again, I want to see that pressure up a little bit more, force some turnovers in the front court for the Mavs.
So you got to think right now, Scott, this is a must score possession for Holyhart right now. A stop here for St. Kevin's could be the ball game.
Could be the ball game. It could come down to a free throw contest here with 49 seconds left. Holyhart want to get a real good look. You're looking at number 23 right now, Haley Kersey. She didn't hesitate from the corner. I'd like to see her with the same confidence from the top, and Highlanders crashing the boards for rebounds.
Looking at the clock there, not sure if it's official, but looking at the fouls to give, it looks like big advantage there for St. Kevin's. Like, they can actually give up a few fouls here just to not give the easy scoring chance, drain some clock out.
Great point, Steve. Mavs want to be aware of that. If the Highlanders have any opportunity to lane to the basket, a quick foul, send the ball to the sideline.
Ball inbounded. Long puts in the hands of Yetman. Yetman can't hold on. And that one goes out of bounds. St. Kevin's with some big boys here. Highlanders try to trap at half court. There's Goss in for Bennett. Bennett off the backboards. And Grace Bennett opens up the big 6-point lead with 35 left to play. Holyhart, no choice but to go for the 3-point shot. Rebound. Grabbed by Emberly. Puts it into the hands of Power, and Holyhart have no choice but foul. And if you're a fan of the Highlanders, Scott, it's almost a shame. They have played so well for the first 47 or 37 minutes of this 40-minute game.
Played great. You know, they played great last weekend at Gonzaga Invitational. They played great all day. And again, you know, Steve, at this level, young high school basketball teams, if you can get 28, 30 quality minutes from a team, you know, you're doing well. And both of these teams playing close to the max here today, and the Highlanders just coming up a little bit short.
I tell you what, I think the Highlanders had at least 36 quality minutes in this one. Last few minutes of the game, some unforced errors and mental lapses, so to say, and that's probably experience. These are young athletes, and it's the way it goes. We got a timeout call by Holy Heart, 26 seconds left, down by 6, and I believe the ball's going to be in St. Kevin's hands.
You know, either you win or you learn, Steve, and I think the Highlanders, big win yesterday against the Warriors to get to the championship game here. They're going to have a lot of experience to draw from this experience, taking it into the 4A provincial championships coming up at St. Kevin's next month.
Wow.
So, you know, high school basketball fans are going to be excited about that tournament. Smaller gym, much smaller gym. You know, Highlanders in a small gym like that, that's when their depth and athletic talent really get to shine. Great tournament from the Highlanders here. You know, I think the coaching staff must be very pleased. Obviously, they're, you know, a little disappointed right now. Still not over, Steve. 6 points.
Still not over, but I tell you what, something funny's going to have to happen here for St. Kevin's to give this one up.
Something funny is going to have to happen.
We'll talk about that upcoming 4A. Let's not forget Waterford Valley. They've probably got a little something stuck in their craw here after that loss yesterday. So
it's you know, it's making out to be a great March for girls high school basketball. You have the Highlanders coming up a little bit short here. They're going to be hungry. The Warriors knocked off the top for the first time. They're going to be hungry. And St. Kevin's finally getting a chance to win one of these big tournaments after falling short to the Warriors for so long. Going to be a great, exciting March. I'm going to be there.
Talk about poised there. St. Kevin's inbound the ball to Power, and she's wide open. But with a 6-point lead and 25 seconds left, she's not going to put that ball up. She puts it to the floor, holds on. She'll get fouled, eat a few more seconds off the clock. Now she's going to go to the line to score. That's great poise.
Great poise, great discipline, and great coaching as well. You know, I'm sure they talked about that in the timeout. How many fouls do we have? How many fouls do we have to give? What are we going to do if we get the ball? What are we going to do if this happens?
Big foul shot coming up here as Power misses the first one. This could make it a 3-possession game if she sinks this one, and I got to think that's just about it if she can make it. There it is, 7-point lead. 3 scores going to be needed here by Holy Heart. There's Long for Yetman. Yetman, a 2-point shot though, and that's going to do it, folks. The St. Kevin's Mavericks going to be the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup champions. A game effort from the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. Great job by the girls in black here this morning. But at the end of the day, St. Kevin's, and the best word we can probably use was they persevered. They fought through it. Your final thoughts, Scott, on this great championship game?
You know, congratulations, first of all, to the Highlanders for making the championship game. Great effort. You know, like you said, Steve, played great for 36, 37 minutes of this game. Very competitive. A few lapses at the end, but that will come with experience. And then the Mavs, to St. Kevin's, their coaching staff, their fans, congrats. Great poise down the stretch. You know, your starting point guard goes out for the majority of the first half, and your bench steps up, delivers some big minutes, keeping it close. The Mavs hang out, gritty win. You know, overall a great tournament on the ladies' side right across the board, Steve.
So there you have it, your 2018 champions, the St. Kevin's Mavericks, outlast the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. We'll see the folks from the NLBA Hall of Fame Committee bring out the hardware now for this championship trophy presentation. We'll stay with it here. Our cameras will roll everything for you. See if we get a little post-game interview with some of the winners here in 5 TV1. Congratulations to both teams. The runners-up, the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders, and your 2018 champions, the St. Kevin's Mavericks. Stay with us, folks. We're coming up. We will have the boys' championship game. Gonzaga and Holy Heart in approximately 40 minutes here on 5 TV1. For Scott Knoftel, I'm Steve Power. Thanks for joining us this morning from the Powerplex.
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the Grabs as they await the American champs. Here's the Cleveland favorite Knits now, and boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their uniforms. I bet you could sure run in smart shirts like those.
Not that. Look, world champs, my eye.
Grads, we don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, you're going to earn that title by playing your game. Teamwork, passing. Let's show them what it means to play the Grads.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
Hey, go on! Go on! Mind your own business!
The antenna is holding, sir.
Yes. Bravo. Oh, look there. Yes, indeed. This is going to make your world a lot different than the one I grew up in. You know where England is?
Sure, it's over there.
And over there is where that sound is coming from. Right, Mr. Marconi?
Through the air, across the ocean, the first time ever.
Roger, 8 plus 34 and 9 plus 09.
Congratulations, coaches. You did a fabulous job. Paul McNeil, Peter Sparrow, Gina George, and Christina Stevenson. And now, the 2018 Hall of Fame Cup champions, St. Kevin's Mavericks.
Senor Caboto! On deck, sir. You won't believe your eyes.
Captain, over here! You must see this!
Look at the gap down there.
I've never seen anything like it in my life! Amazing!
Codfish, so thick they stayed the progress of our ship. Your fleets will have no further need of Iceland. Fishes enough to feed this kingdom, oh sire, until the end of time.
There's off the beaten path. And then there's this place. Newfoundland and Labrador.
Hey, go on! Go on! Mind your own business!
The antenna is holding, sir.
Yes. Bravo. Oh, look there. Yes, indeed. This is going to make your world a lot different than the one I grew up in.
You know where England is?
Sure, it's over there.
And over there is where that sound is coming from. Right, Mr. Marconi?
Through the air, across the ocean. The first time ever.
Roger, 8 plus 34, 9 plus 09.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology. So you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
You know, when I was a kid, wherever we went by pedal bike. Just imagine pedaling your bike every day, going to Carpoon to Lancer Meadows. We've been all over the place here. We went in every nook and cranny and climbed across the roof and hung on the beam. You know what young fellas are like. When this is here, you come and explore. My character is Ragnar, and my role is a blacksmith. Talk about where the Vikings got their iron and smelt it down and turn it into nails. The Vikings. Yeah, I think they're still here.
Senor Cabaldo! On deck, sir. You won't believe your eyes.
Captain, over here! You must see this!
Look at the captain down there.
I've never seen anything like it in my life!
Amazing. So Codfish, so thick they stayed the progress of our ship. Your fleets will have no further need of Iceland. Fish is enough to feed this kingdom, oh sire, until the end of time.
It's packed to the rafters in the Edmonton Arena. Everyone is feeling the pressure on the Grabs as they await the American champs. Here's the Cleveland favorite Nits now, and boy, do they look impressive.
Look at their uniforms. I bet you could sure run in smart shorts like those.
Not that. Look, world champs, my eye.
Grads, we don't play for glory. We play the game for the game's sake. So tonight, you're going to earn that title by playing your game. Teamwork, passing. Let's show them what it means to play the Grads.
The Edmonton Grads were champions for 25 years. The record of 502 wins and only 20 losses is unmatched in all of sport.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Members of the championship St. Kevin's Mavericks team, Grace Bennett, Kylie Emberley, and Emma Power. I want to talk to you girls a little bit about the game and what your thoughts were. Start with you, Grace. Early on the game, you carried the load offensively. It seemed that yourselves and Kylie down low in the paint. You girls were dominant. Talk a little bit about the game and what you thought.
I mean, the game was good starting off a little bit. I mean, we were a little slow, but we ended up picking up towards the end, which was good. I mean, it was just, we pushed it hard and pushed it out and had a good one in the end.
And Kylie, you played a lot of that game with 3 fouls. Like, talk a little bit about the discipline you needed in that second half to hanging around and be an important part of this win.
It's just kind of like knowing where you are on defense and looking around and trying to cheat a little bit. But just as long as you know where everybody is and as long as you know when you're supposed to step in and when you're not, that's the most important part of making sure that you don't get those silly fouls.
And Emma, foul trouble nailed you early. I got to be honest, we thought you might have been hurt because you were out of the game for a while. I don't know, is there an injury we should know about? Or was it just foul trouble? Because I tell you what, when you came back into the game, you were the spark that your team needed. You ignited the Mavericks in the second half. Talk to us a little bit about what you thought of the game.
I thought it was good. I was sick all weekend, so struggling with like a sore throat, and I was out on the floor. But we definitely picked it up. We all worked as a team, and we played with one heartbeat.
There you go, the St. Kevin's Mavericks, your 2018 Hall of Fame Cup champions. Thanks for joining us our coverage. Let's have a look at some highlights from this year's event, and let's roll the tape.